Hi!
This is Trii.
I'm Ramak.
I'm Ilke.
And I'm Ada.
Our world is dying. Climate change has taken over and the ozone layer is highly damaged. The excess carbon dioxide in the air has reached 414.19 parts per million, the highest it has ever been. Carbon dioxide, the most dangerous greenhouse gas according to the National Geographic. All this destruction, and yet we keep using unsustainable methods and harming our home. But why? Almost all of the sustainable and environmentally friendly alternatives we have at the moment are inaccessible for most of the population and extremely costly. This is why our startup developed products that concentrate on these two issues, sustainability and accessibility.
This is a Trii unit. We have two models, one for sustainable and developing cities and one for industrial areas. This is an initial sketch of our city model. The air comes in through the leaves on the sides and the CO2 is absorbed by the Trii unit. These units store the carbon dioxide they collect in order for them to be used later. We also produce mobile gadgets that anyone can use by attaching to their phones. The purpose of these gadgets is to measure the oxygen levels in the atmosphere around the user. The app connects to our gadget, and the app is available on both iOS and Android. If the user doesn't own a gadget, then the app will connect to the nearest Trii unit in a sustainable city.
Our Trii units use direct air capture technology to extract the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The city model uses passive direct air capture technology, which simply uses the wind to draw in the air. This way, almost no energy is used, and it is more sustainable and cost efficient. In our city models, sorbents are utilized to collect the carbon dioxide from the air. As leaves open and close automatically, the air cleansed from the excess carbon dioxide just passes through, and the carbon dioxide we collect is stored in a common and safe place waiting to be used. On the other hand, our industrial models use motors and fans powered by solar energy. These units use special materials to put the carbon dioxide through a chemical process and again lets the air flow through. Both units in each system collect 1 ton of carbon dioxide from the air daily, building up to almost 50,000 tons of carbon dioxide yearly by 2024. After enough carbon dioxide is accumulated, they will go through a process called artificial photosynthesis in labs that will separate the carbon from the oxygen. The oxygen will be released back into the atmosphere, and the carbon will go through a process called C to G to be turned into graphene. So what is graphene? Graphene is an eco-friendly material that is made up of pure carbon molecules. Due to its molecular structure, graphene is extremely lightweight, yet it is the strongest material known to men. In fact, it is 200 times as strong as steel, making it suitable to replace any material. Graphene is projected to take over the world and even become a better alternative for any and all types of plastic. We aspire to mass-produce graphene, making it a much more affordable than it is at the moment. Since we use solar energy for all our practices, every one of our processes are green and sustainable. We will convert our carbon into coal with a simple process and then use that coal for the C2G process. The slight amount of carbon dioxide that is produced by this process will go back into our cycle and be turned into graphene and produced into the air as oxygen.
The Trii startup addresses 5 of the United Nations sustainability goals. 1. Sustainable cities and communities. 2. Industry, innovation and infrastructure.
3. Responsible consumption and production. 4. Climate action. And 5. Affordable and clean energy. If we manage to advance our startup enough, assuming we've covered most of the carbon emissions by the time, climate change still has not disappeared and the ozone layer is still damaged even though it's not getting worse. So what we need to do now is protect ourselves from ultraviolet rays. This affects our vitamin D levels astronomically, and therefore we decide to develop our gadgets and our app in order to measure the vitamin D levels in individuals and the quality of sunlight at their location.